Your soulmate hid this from you until now. Hear it now. Stop for a moment. Just take a deep breath with me. Close your eyes for a second and let the noise of the world fade away. I want you to realize something very important right now. You are not here by accident. You didn't just click on a video. The algorithm may have brought this to your screen, but it was your soul's frequency that called it in. If you are hearing my voice in this exact moment, it's because the universe has finally cleared the path for a message you've been waiting for. Lately you've felt it, haven't you? That strange pull in your chest, a sudden restlessness in the middle of the night, or a name that keeps echoing in your mind for no reason. You've been sensing a shift, a heavy silence coming from the person who holds your heart. Your soulmate has been carrying a secret, something they were too afraid to say, something they hid behind walls of silence and ego. Until now, the energy has shifted, and the truth can no longer be contained. We are going to peel back those layers, diving deep into what they've been hiding, why they chose silence over honesty, and the divine reason why this secret is coming to light today. Your connection is entering a phase of absolute revelation. Stay with me, stay aligned, because what is being revealed is about to change everything. There is a profound reason why your path has led you to this specific moment. You see, the universe doesn't speak in whispers when it's time for a major life shift. It speaks through signs, synchronicities, and the strange feeling that something big is about to happen. You haven't been imagining it. That heavy energy you've been carrying, that sudden pull toward someone from your past or present. It is a spiritual alignment that has been months, perhaps even years in the making. Lately, you may have found yourself feeling a bit more sensitive than usual. Maybe you're seeing repeating numbers like 11, 11 or 222. Or perhaps you've been waking up in the middle of the night with a specific person on your mind. This isn't just insomnia or a random thought. This is what we call spiritual tethering. Your soulmate's energy is vibrating at such a high intensity right now that it is literally reaching out across the ether to find yours. The reason you are here today is that your internal frequency has finally matched the message they have been trying to send. For a long time, there was a blockage, a wall built of past struggles, old heartaches, and lessons that both of you needed to learn separately. You've endured the silence. You've survived the days where you felt completely forgotten or misunderstood. But the timing has shifted. The stars have aligned in a way that demands the truth to be surfaced. You were guided to this video because you are finally ready to handle the weight of what is being revealed. The universe waited until you reached this level of spiritual maturity before opening this door. Today, the restlessness you feel is actually soul readiness. You are standing on the edge of a major revelation, and the divine timing of this message is your confirmation that the wait is finally over. Deep down, beneath the layers of their everyday life and the masks they wear for the world, your soulmate is navigating a storm of emotions that they have never dared to show you. You might see them as distant, or perhaps even indifferent, but the spiritual truth is far more complex. Right now, in this very moment, they are submerged in a state of deep reflection and, quite honestly, a significant amount of regret. Understanding this is the key to making sense of the silence you've been experiencing. Their hidden emotional state is one of intense conflict. On one hand, they are consumed by thoughts of you, memories of your smile, the way you made them feel safe, and the unique light you brought into their world. On the other hand, they are paralyzed by a profound fear of losing you forever. This fear has created a paradox. They want to reach out so badly that it aches. Yet that very same intensity makes them pull away because they don't feel worthy of your grace. They are spending sleepless nights replaying every conversation you ever had. They sit in the quiet of their room, staring at their phone, typing out messages they never send. There are silent tears shed in moments of isolation, tears for the words left unspoken and the opportunities they let slip through their fingers. Their heart is heavy with the weight of unspoken love, a love that has become so big it started to scare them. They are currently dealing with the realization that their life feels hollow without your energy. They've tried to fill the void with distractions, work, or other people, but nothing fits. Your absence has become a loud, echoing presence in their life. They are haunted by the what-ifs. They wonder if you've moved on, if you've found someone who treats you better, or if you've finally closed the door on them. This uncertainty is eating away at their ego, forcing them to face the parts of themselves they've tried to hide. The emotional bond you share hasn't faded. It has intensified in the silence. They are mourning the time lost and the distance created, all while praying for a sign that it's not too late. We have now reached the heart of this message, the revelation that has been kept in the shadows for far too long. I want to share with you the why behind all the confusion you felt. You've likely spent months wondering how someone could feel so much for you and yet choose to remain so silent. But the truth is much deeper, and perhaps more heartbreaking than you imagined. The secret they never told you is that their silence was never about a lack of love. In fact, it was quite the opposite. They loved you more than they ever knew how to handle. To them, the love you offered was so pure, so overwhelming, and so real that it acted like a mirror, reflecting back to them every insecurity, every unhealed wound, and every bit of shadow they hadn't dealt with. They didn't hide from you. They were hiding from the version of themselves they saw when they looked into your eyes. Behind their stoic exterior, your soulmate was battling a deep-seated past trauma. Long before you arrived, they were taught by life or by others that being vulnerable leads to pain. They learned that to love someone deeply is to give that person the power to destroy you. So, when they realized just how much power you had over their heart, their survival instincts kicked in. They went into protection mode. They chose silence not as a weapon against you, but as a shield for themselves. They believed that if they didn't speak the words out loud, the connection wouldn't be real enough to hurt them if it failed. They wanted to tell you that they've never felt this way about anyone else. They wanted to admit that you are the first person who ever truly saw them for who they are. But the fear of rejection was a mountain they weren't ready to climb. They convinced themselves that eventually you would see their flaws and leave. So they decided to keep the secret of their love locked away. It was a self-sabotaging cycle of trying to protect something beautiful by never letting it breathe. They also hid the fact that they've been watching you from afar. Every time you posted a photo, every time you achieved something great, or even when you were clearly struggling, they were there in the digital shadows cheering for you and aching to reach out. They've written dozens of letters in their head. They've practiced saying, "I'm sorry" and "I love you" 1,000 times in front of the mirror, only to lose their nerve the moment they thought about hitting send. The secret is that they have been spiritually tethered to you this entire time. They felt your pain when you cried yourself to sleep, and they felt your frustration when you finally tried to move on. They knew they were being unfair, and that guilt added another layer to their silence. They felt they had stayed away for so long that you would no longer want the version of them that finally showed up. This secret, The depth of their devotion mixed with the paralyzing fear of their own inadequacy is what has kept the distance between you. They chose silence because they didn't think they were ready for a love as big as yours. Everything we have discussed so far, the silence, the secrets, the hidden pain, is now colliding with a massive cosmic shift. You've probably noticed that in the last few days or weeks the atmosphere feels different. It's heavier, yet more electric. That's because the energy between you and your soulmate has officially entered a shift phase. The universe is no longer allowing the truth to stay hidden. This shift is why you've been seeing those repetitive sequences everywhere. 1111, 222, 333 on a license plate while driving. These are not coincidences. They are divine wake-up calls. They are the universe's way of tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "Pay attention, the alignment is manifesting." These numbers are markers of a spiritual bridge being built between your two souls in real time. But it's not just numbers. Your soulmate is experiencing a sudden surge of memory flooding. Thoughts of you that they once suppressed are now hitting them with the force of a tidal wave. They might be driving and suddenly smell your perfume out of nowhere, or hear a song on the radio that was your song, and find themselves unable to breathe for a moment. They are seeing your name in the most random places, on billboards, in books, or even hearing total strangers mention it. The spiritual shift is also manifesting in your dreams. Have you noticed that your dreams of them have become more vivid, more real lately? This is because your souls are communicating in the 5D realm while your 3D physical selves are still navigating the distance. They are reaching out to you in the astral plane because their waking mind is finally starting to break. The energy of the chased and the chaser is flipping. The walls they built to protect their ego are cracking under the pressure of this new frequency. This shift is designed to bring everything to a breaking point, not to break the connection, but to break the silence. The universe is creating a situation where the pain of staying apart is finally becoming greater than the fear of coming together. The most frequent question I get is, if they loved me then, why didn't they act? The answer lies in the journey they had to take without you. You see, for a long time, your soulmate was operating from a place of ego and unhealed wounds. They weren't ready for you because they weren't yet ready to be honest with themselves. But something has fundamentally changed. They have finally reached a point of emotional maturity that didn't exist just a few months ago. They are ready now because they have finally understood your true value. In the space and the silence, they did the one thing they were most afraid to do. They looked at their life without you in it. They realized that while they could survive without you, they weren't truly living. They saw that the distractions they chased were hollow, and the walls they built were actually a prison. The ego that once told them, "You don't need anyone," has finally been humbled by the overwhelming truth of their heart. They have gone through a period of intense healing, often triggered by the very absence of your energy. This realization didn't come easily. It came through a series of wake-up calls and the heavy weight of loneliness. They've finally understood that you weren't a threat to their freedom but the key to it. They are letting go of the need to be in control and are replacing it with the courage to be in love. There is also a new sense of urgency in their soul. For the first time, they are genuinely afraid that it may be too late. They see your growth, they see your strength, and they see you becoming the best version of yourself. And it has made them realize that you won't wait forever. This fear of permanently losing the most divine connection they've ever known has acted as a catalyst. They are ready because the pain of missing you has finally outweighed the fear of being vulnerable. They've stopped making excuses about timing or circumstances and have started focusing on the truth. They are no longer the person who ran away. They are becoming the person who is ready to walk through the fire just to hold your hand again. The realization has set in. You are a once-in-a-lifetime soul, and they are finally brave enough to claim what is theirs. Imagine for a moment that all the walls have crumbled. Imagine that the person you've been thinking about is standing right in front of you, their eyes filled with a truth they've been too paralyzed to speak. If they could find the courage to let their soul speak directly to yours, this is exactly what they would tell you. I know I've been a shadow in your life when I should have been a light. First, I need to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the silence that felt like a weapon. I'm sorry for the times I pulled away just when you were reaching out. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was trying to survive a version of myself that didn't know how to handle someone as incredible as you. I saw your light, and instead of walking toward it, I was blinded by it. I felt small, unready, and unworthy. While I was silent, I was never gone. Every night I've been looking for you in the stars. Every time my phone lit up, I hoped it was your name, even though I knew I didn't deserve your message. I want you to know that I loved you more in the silence than I ever did in the moments we were together. It was in the distance that I realized you aren't just a part of my life. You are the heartbeat beneath it. I tried to replace you. I tried to convince myself that this was just a phase. But you are a soul-level permanent mark on my existence. I am terrified. I am terrified that I've waited too long. I'm afraid that your heart has finally closed its doors to me. And honestly, I wouldn't blame you. But if there is still a flicker of hope, I want you to know that I am coming for it. I am no longer that person who hides. I am learning how to be the person you deserve. I promise you, all those prayers you whispered into the dark, my soul heard them. My soul heard them. And even when I couldn't speak, I was answering you in my dreams. You were the only one who truly saw me, the real me. And I threw that away because I was scared of being seen. But the silence is becoming unbearable now. I can't keep living this half-life. If I could ask for one thing, it would be for you to keep your light on just a little longer. I am finding my way back to you through the wreckage of my own mistakes. You are my home, and I am finally ready to come home. Beyond the physical longing and the emotional struggle, there is a much higher power at work in this connection. It is time for you to understand this journey from the perspective of the divine. You may have felt abandoned by God or the universe during the long months of silence, but nothing was ever wasted. Every tear you shed, every night you spent in prayer, and every moment of agonizing wait was a calculated part of a divine plan. This connection is not a random romantic encounter. It is a sacred soul contract. Before you even stepped into this physical life, your souls agreed to meet, to trigger each other, and to help one another heal. The period of separation that you've been enduring was not a punishment. It was a preparation. It was a testing phase designed to strip away your dependencies and force both of you to find your own strength. The divine says, I had to keep you apart so that you could grow in ways that were impossible while you were together. If the union had happened sooner, the old versions of yourselves would have destroyed it. The silence was a cocoon. While you felt lonely, the universe was actually protecting the sanctity of this bond from the shadows of your past. Every delay was a mercy. Every no was a not yet. The divine has been orchestrating every coincidence and every chance meeting to ensure that when you finally unite, it is for a lifetime, not just a season. You are being told today that your destiny is in alignment. The scales are being balanced. The pain you felt was the fire that purified your soul, making you ready to receive the high-frequency love that is now approaching. You must trust in God's timing. Humans see time as a straight line, but the divine sees readiness. You are being reminded that you are a chosen one in this connection. You were given the harder task, the task of waiting and keeping the faith, because your spirit is stronger. The message from the heavens is clear. Do not lose heart now, for the dawn is breaking. The work you have done on yourself has not gone unnoticed. The universe is moved by your persistence and your capacity to love despite the silence. The divine decree has been issued. What was joined in spirit can never be permanently kept apart in the physical. Your soul contract is moving into its next chapter, the chapter of fulfillment. Your patience has been your greatest prayer, and that prayer is currently being answered. Now that the secrets have been revealed and the divine timing has been explained, you might be wondering, what do I do next? How do I handle this energy? This is the most critical phase for you personally. Your actions in the coming days will determine how smoothly this reunion manifests. The most important thing you can do right now is to stay calm and remain in your power. Do not chase. I want to say that again. Do not chase. When you chase someone, they instinctively run. Instead, you must learn to attract. Your soulmate is already feeling the pull of the universe. If you reach out from a place of desperation or anxiety, you disrupt that natural spiritual flow. Your job is to protect your energy. Keep your vibration high by focusing on your own growth, your own joy, and your own peace. You must stay aligned with your self-worth. Remember that you are a prize. You are a divine being who deserves a love that is consistent, honest, and brave. Set emotional boundaries for yourself. If and when they reach out, do not immediately pour all your energy back into them. Allow them the space to prove that they have changed. Let them show you the emotional maturity we discussed earlier. To help you stay grounded, use these affirmations daily. Say them out loud. I am worthy of a deep, honest, and courageous love. I trust the timing of the universe. I am at peace with my journey. When you focus on your own light, you become a beacon that they cannot ignore. The more you let go of the need to control the outcome, the faster the outcome will find you. Stay in a state of expectant surrender, knowing it's coming but not stressing over the how or the when. You have done the hard work. Now let the divine finish the orchestration. Keep your heart open but keep your spirit guarded. You are the architect of your own frequency, and right now, your frequency should be one of absolute self-love. As we come to the end of this sacred message, I want you to join me in a small but powerful act of manifestation. Close your eyes for just a moment and visualize a golden thread. This thread starts at your heart and stretches across time, space, and silence, connecting directly to the heart of your soulmate. Feel the warmth of that connection. Feel the truth that, despite the physical distance, your souls have never truly been apart. Take a deep breath and release all the resentment, all the doubt, and all the pain of the waiting period. Replace it with pure gratitude. Thank the universe for the lessons, thank the divine for the protection, and even thank the silence for the strength it gave you. You are standing at the threshold of a new beginning. The secret is out, the energy has shifted, and the path is clear. I want to leave you with this blessing. May your heart find the peace it has been seeking. May the reunion you desire be swifter and more beautiful than you ever imagined. And may you always remember that you are loved, not just by another soul, but by the very creator of the stars. You are a divine being of light, and you deserve a love that honors that light. Carry this feeling of hope with you as you go about your day. Do not let the world dim the glow that has been lit within you today. Stay in this frequency of love, for it is the most powerful magnet in existence. This message will return to you when it's time for the next step in your journey. Until then, stay aligned, stay hopeful, and know that everything is working in your favor. Blessings and light to you on your path.